AS Monaco, the rich boys of French football. They are currently experiencing one of their worst runs of form in the club's modern history, having not won a game in Ligue 1 since November. You couple this with their recent demolition at the hands of Real Madrid, things are a mess. A club from an area with such prestige and wealth demands to be treated like royalty, and that's exactly what we're doing today. I'm taking over at AS Monaco, and I'm gonna bring them back to their glory days, back to the Radamel Falcao days, trying to go one step further than a 2004 Champions League final appearance. We're gonna win the damn thing. So, as we take over at the Principality, this is what the default starting 11 is looking like at Monaco, and yeah, it is an absolute war zone in terms of their injuries. So many key players out with injuries. Yes, they have a few young players in the squad that I'm very hopeful about, but there are a lot of key areas where the players are not getting any more growth. It's time to revolutionize this side. 19th in the Champions League, 9th in Ligue 1. We have got some work to do. And in my opinion, this opening January transfer window, we need to be focusing solely on the defense. The offense, it can be worked on, but I think it's good for now. The defense is absolutely abysmal, both in overall injuries and player age. I mean, the average age of this squad is literally 29. I'm bringing that right down. Our first signing is going to be at centre back. It is the Frenchman, Wesley Fofana, returning to French football, escaping Stamford Bridge and signing for £17.5 million. But look, our time here in the January window is incredibly finite, so we need to act quickly. I'm going to make some big moves. With JarradHD's injury, I want to go in for a goalkeeper of the future. Philip Cohn sold to Leverkusen, and we were going to have to upgrade JarradHD at some point. We're going to go in for it now. I'm going to go in for a new goalkeeper. Coming from PSG, it is going to be the Russian keeper, Matvey Sofanov. 10 years younger than JarradHD, 2 overall less, but I'm hoping he can grow very quickly and match JarradHD's 81 overall. Trying to get as much money in as possible. We've got a short-term loan here, though, for the left back, Utara. But there it is. Jordan Teze. He's going to be sold permanently to Real Betis. I'd rather have Vanderson as the starting guy. And it's another situation where I'm cashing in on somebody who we might have been able to use for a year or two, but long-term, no. The German Thilo Kehrer heading to the Premier League. But I definitely want to go in for a new left back. Chao Enrique heading 8.5 mil to Tottenham. We're going to have a decent amount of money to make some signings. Stuck behind Alejandro Balde at Barcelona is our new left back, Gerard Martin. At 23 years of age, 77 overall, we have offered him a lifeline at a crossroads of his career. An opportunity to be a starter and join us on this mission. The Spaniard, our newest signing here at Monaco. We got him on a really decent deal as well. 12 mil is a bargain. And we will parlay that into another defensive signing, another centre-back signing, another Frenchman joining us. We got Fofana, and now we have Solé. We have really future-proofed this defense. Solé joining us from Udinese for 15 mil. And we finalized this January transfer window with a loan move. Nigerian striker George Ilenakena heading on loan for 2 years at Lens. And with that, the January transfer window has come to an end, and this team looks so much better. We've figured things out a lot quicker than I expected. Yes, we're going to have to make some moves, probably for Golovin and Zakaria in the next year or two, but right now, I'm really happy. Our offense, we've got some young stars in here now that I think we can really lean on. Let's go see how the Champions League phase panned out, though. We're in. We are in by the skin of our teeth. Finished things up with, just like real life, a loss to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, but a draw with Juventus on the final match day might have just saved us and just kept us alive in this competition. So that means in the playoffs, we have a date with Inter Milan. A bit like our Tottenham rebuild the other day, I don't have many hopes about being able to do this in Season 1, but it would be hilarious if we managed to rebuild AS Monaco in half a year. I'm just going into this with an open mind, and whatever happens, happens. First leg, and we actually get a draw. We get a draw at home against Inter Milan. Let's see if we can go to the San Siro and cause mayhem. Nothing to lose. That might be the most dangerous way to be. Nothing to lose. Let's see if we can make it happen in season number 1 against Inter Milan. We actually do! Oh my god. We have beaten Inter Milan in the playoff round. All right, the dream stays alive. Bring on the round of 16. Oh, Jesus, here we go. We're versing PSG. Here we go. I'm just going straight in. Safanov against his former club. Are we going to be able to keep this run alive? First leg at home once again. We beat... Oh my God, we're actually going to do this in half a year. We have beaten PSG. What am I witnessing? Oh, Aliouche is out with a suspension. We're going to throw Ansu Fati in here at the right midfield position. This has been a remarkable run. Come on. Draw or win, and we go through, and we lose on penalties. Oh, it's almost the hope. Once I start to get a little bit of hope, we just go and bottle it like that. Oh my God, man. That actually hurts. I had zero hope, and now I'm upset. Getting back to the Champions League next year was going to be a long shot, but the slow start killed us. We had a good second half of the year. Next year's going to be nice, though. We are in the Conference League, so some European football to keep the games up and get the finances up, but we are going to be able to focus purely on building the squad and trying to get ourselves right back to the top 3. PSG, no surprise to see them top dogs of France, those 71 points. Marseille and Lille in those final 2 Champions League spots. Who got relegated here in France? It is Nantes in the playoff with Angers and Metz going down. We do win a trophy in our first year, though. We have won the French Cup. Coupe de France Crédit Agricole, I think that's a brand, but Coupe de France, we have won 2-0 over Paris FC. Nantes are staying up as well, though. The Champions League does go to the side that eliminated us in PSG. Fenerbahce win the Europa League, whilst the Conference League goes to Crystal Palace. Again, I'm only taking these stats with a grain of salt because we took over for the second half, but nonetheless, some good numbers put up from the American Balogun. Beereth with a decent year. I want these 2 to be our strikers for the foreseeable future, and I mean, these 3 are the ones that I'm putting a lot of hope into in this rebuild. We will see Faz and Ansu Fati returning to their parent clubs at the end of season 1. Honestly, lads, no Champions League this year. I think it's the perfect time to just let it rip. I'm going to sell Golovin, and most notably, I'm going to sell the man that is shaking his hand right now. I'm going to sell Zakaria. He's 29. Realistically, if we're going to be able to push for a Champions League, he'd be 31 at the soonest possible time. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to look to sell him, but right now I'm going to make his replacement join us immediately. From a relegated Wolverhampton side in the Premier League, we are going to bring the Brazilian defensive midfielder Andre across. Got him on a relegation fire sale. Andre will be joining us from Wolverhampton for £20 million. But I want to get all of our business done before I go in for a left midfielder. And there's business to be done. Jan Leonard, the first man out, heading to Portland. Almost the only place I won't be selling Zakaria. Honestly, I want to sell him to any club that isn't in Ligue 1, PSG especially not. But yeah, all of the older players, not Bruno. Bruno's going on loan, but rather Minamino. He heads to Anderlecht for 6.5 mil. The Russian Golovin heading to Atalanta, just shy of 18 mil. 12 months at Betis for Christian Moisa. And there it is, boys. The big one has gone through. We're going to have a lot of money to reinvest into a left midfielder who I genuinely believe could be there for us to win a Champions League title. But Zakaria, he's going to help finance it. The Swiss defensive midfielder and former captain is out of here. We've actually sold him to Manchester United, just shy of 30 mil. A little bit of an extra little bit of financing. We're genuinely going to have just shy of 70 mil to spend after we have sold Eric Dyer to Galatasaray. Originally, I had Wilson Odobert and Kevin Schad on my short list, but with the finances, I've been able to go in for a much better prospect. These 2 are going to do damage together. Please welcome to AS Monaco, Christos Zolos, the Greek midfielder, joins us from Bruges, pulled up on a yacht, and he's about to take the next step in his career, joining us for a massive £50 million. But because I've loaned out our other 2 backup strikers, we do need a little bit of squad depth in the striker role. I've gone to relegated Angers and signed Sadiki Sharif, the young striker, for 4.5 mil, along with Idrissa Gueye from FC Metz, 2 strikers. It's time that Monaco became a footballing factory again. The team is looking balanced now. There are no areas that immediately scream out that we desperately need to replace. I think everybody's doing their own job on their own mission. And I think we need to be pushing immediately to get back into the Champions League. I want us immediately pushing for a top 3 spot. Some players like Zolos and Aliouche are going to have to do some heavy lifting, but I'm excited for this year. And a nice revelation to see that we are actually in the Europa League. I thought we were going to be in the Conference League this year, but we are in the Europa League. 6th ranked team. Hopeful about our prospects there. Mission successful. We did exactly what we wanted to, and that is by getting 3rd in Ligue 1. The work at the start of the season pays dividends. We finished 2 points clear of Marseille, which is actually huge. PSG, though, if we ever want to win the league, PSG are such a North Star to catch, bro. But we are back to the Champions League in Season 3, hopeful for what we can do. Going down is going to be Paris FC in the playoff game with Lorient and Havea in the automatic spots. We lost Trophy de Champ at the start of the season over PSG. PSG, they've done the treble domestically, winning Coupe de France. We went out in the quarterfinals to Lyon. Montpellier will be sending... That's crazy they got relegated. Montpellier, former champions of Ligue 1 with Olivier Giroud in, I want to say, 2012. They are going to send Paris FC packing. Liverpool win an All-English Champions League final. We claimed the final Europa League automatic spot. It would be awesome if we double qualified for the Champions League. So we skipped the playoffs into the round of 16. Nope! Never mind. We got absolutely pumped 6-2 to Sporting. Who ended up winning it? Sporting didn't make the final. Zakaria, our former captain, did though, where they lost to Stuttgart, whilst Fiorentina win the Conference League. Oh my God. Bro, look at the growth and look at the goals. Oh my God. Balogun goes up to an 83 with 26 goals. Bierith goes up +5 as the Dane gets 27 goals. 30 goal contributions for Christos Zolos in his first year in Ligue 1. And Aliouche goes up to an 83 but bags himself 15 assists. This team is developing insanely. Elena Kane goes up +2 to a 77. Bruna +5. God damn, boys. Moisa +2. Things are looking great at Monaco. But we will be saying goodbye to 2 players. The glitch has happened again. Lucas Hiradecki is retiring. And so is one of my favorite, the most iconic players of my generation, Paul Pogba. Would have been nice to have Pogba for a Champions League run, but nonetheless, Season 3, we're back in the big time. I believe we have the infrastructure to go on a Champions League run. I think we need 1 or 2 minor tweaks this season, but we could genuinely put ourselves in the shop window. I had hopes of Vanderson being the guy, but ultimately, I think we're ready for an upgrade. Michael Chiode from Brentford is going to join us. 83 overall at 22 years of age. But when it comes to getting rid of players this year, it's definitely going to be our lightest departure window. I feel like I've cleaned out most of the deadwood. Pape Cabral will be leaving though, £810,000 to ship him to the Netherlands. But unfortunately, I wanted to restructure Vanderson's contract, but he was not happy with being a rotational player, so I'm just going to cash in on him before things get too bad. I want to make sure Coyote is starting all of the games. A new backup right back is on the agenda. Vanderson joining Newcastle United, whilst Lucas Michel will be going to the Vancouver Whitecaps. We have rebounded pretty nicely though at getting in a new backup right back. It is going to be the young Canadian Nico Siger joining us from Stade Brestois. 23 years of age, 77 overall. I'm really trying to put a focus on when we do get these backup players, getting guys that can come in but are going to grow in the background so that if we do have injuries or things don't go to plan with certain players, we can look at those players as options, viable options. That carries over into the signing of a new centre midfielder, Arthur Avon Ebong, joining us for 13 mil from Lorient. 22 years of age, 77 overall. I'm happy with it. And this is how we now look. Entering season number 3, Zolos up to an 86. Safanov, that's flown under the radar. I thought we might have to upgrade him, I don't know, this season or next, but at 84 at 28 years of age, that's really, really good progress. Soleil up to an 83. We are in a very fun position, both in the starting 11 and in the bench. Solid depth just about everywhere. I want us to have a genuine run at winning Ligue 1 this season and also the Champions League. 17th seed here in season number 3. My goal, I don't know if we're good enough to get into the top 8. I think we're good enough, obviously, to get ourselves into the playoff round at least. But if we can strive for the top 8, that would be beautiful. Our fixtures are as follows. Dortmund away, tough start. Then a trip to Athens taking on AEK. Hosting Feyenoord, hosting Atalanta. Oh, end of November, we travel to the Camp Nou to take on Barcelona. Hosting Lech Poznan, which isn't terrible. Then we have, just like real life, Real Madrid in January and Dynamo Kiev away in Ukraine. It's really a roller coaster of a campaign. We just need to make sure we get 3 points against the sides we're expected to beat. All right, so we have finished in 18th. Ironically, 1 seeding lower than what we started on mathematically or when it was whatever. We're now default rankings, but we have picked up 4 draws, which is the annoying thing. The draws have cost us a top 8 spot. Scoring goals, but conceding a lot. We're into the playoffs. Who are we versing? We're versing Dynamo Kiev. How do we go against them in the regular league phase play? I mean, they were literally our final matchup, and we beat them 2-1. So let's hope we can keep that form in the playoff round. Things are going very well domestically though. We are actually only 1 point behind PSG and 1 point behind Marseille. We are in this title race. All right, here we go. At home for the first leg, the team is progressing really nice. Safanov up to an 86. Holy hell, what are they putting in his breakfast? First leg at home against Kiev. We draw 1-1, bro. Oh, and Lamine Camara got a straight red card. We actually did well to come from behind playing a man down. That is, we are in a really tough position now. I'm so glad I made that signing in the summer. Avom Ebong into the starting 11 here. We travel to the Ukraine. We're taking on Dynamo Kiev with a spot in the round of 16 on the line. Get the job done. This would actually be a monumental failure if we went out here, which we do. Oh my God, we got the goal. Avon was the man that got the equalizer at the death that sent it to extra time. We dominate them statistically in both legs, but we are going out in the playoff round. That is shocking. That is absolutely shocking. Oh my God. All right. We're going to have to put all of our energy now into this title race, because if we finish 3rd or 4th and go out in the playoff round, that is an L of a season. Come on. All right. That's a silver lining. We might have shat the bed royally in the Champions League, but we are champions of France. AS Monaco, top of the league, 76 points. That is absolutely beautiful. Eclipsing PSG by a point. We're heading back to the Champions League and we're doing it in style. I genuinely thought that was going to be a mammoth effort to overtake PSG to win the league. Montpellier and FC Metz get relegated. We've done the double. Coupe de France. Beautiful. Silverware galore. Angers are going to be in the league next year in Ligue 1. Dortmund ended up winning the Champions League. Leipzig win the Europa League and the Conference League. 4-0 victory to Tottenham. Mate, I'm absolutely buzzing with this season, and I'm buzzing with these performances. 40 goals for Balogun. I thought we would be able to go deep with him, but I thought we might have had a possibility of having to replace him or upgrade him, but both him and Beereth, 26 and 25, 85 overall. We are sorted. Solos gets himself 38 goal contributions. Bro, this attack is unbelievable. Kamara would like a little more growth out of him, but still, he's in a great position. This team is just sensational. Just one player leaving at the end of this season. Radislav Mayeki refusing to sign a new contract, so he's walking away on a free. But all in all, we are in a brilliant position. Champions of France, champions of the Cup, and heading back to the Champions League. We need to keep our foot on the necks of every other club in France and start to put them on the clubs in Europe as well. We need to make signings that are going to keep us at the top of French football. And I'm going back to exactly what got us to this point in season number 1. I'm focusing on the defense this year. Starting out signing a new left back to start season 4. It is the German. I wouldn't say Frenchman. It is Nathaniel Brown. 85 overall. The German joins us from Leipzig for 52 mil. But I also want to go in for a big time centre back. We're going to need some more money to do that though, which is why we will cash in on Gerard Martin, selling him to Chelsea for 30 mil. Mamadou Koulibaly to Hull City. And Wesley Fofana is going to go join the European champions, selling the Frenchman to Borussia Dortmund, 32 mil. There we go. We might have just got a Champions League winning centre-back for us. It's Eric Garcia. We got rid of a Spaniard from Barcelona at the left-back role, and we immediately bring one back in at the centre-back role. 86 overall, 27 years of age, about to enter the prime of his career, and he's going to do it at Monaco. And we'll follow that up with the signing of Joris Chotard from Brestois. Bit of depth at the defensive midfield role. Oh, baby, this is a good football side. I'm actually giddy. Why am I giddy, bro? I need to get a life. I'm getting giddy over a FIFA team, over an FC career mode team, but this is a good looking team, boys. The back line is so solid. Andre's gone up and overall. I expect Kamara to grow substantially this year. Our bench is solid. Could do with a new backup goalkeeper, but all in all, I'm very happy with how we're heading. Let's hope that doesn't result in another exit in the playoffs. Will it be 3rd time the charm in the Champions League? We've been dropped down in the rankings. I suppose we deserve that after getting knocked out in the playoffs, but we're 22nd ranked. Versing Liverpool to start. What's the rest of the draw? So September will be Liverpool and it will be Atalanta. Then we travel to Croatia to take on Dinamo Zagreb. AEK Athens for the 2nd straight year. Athletic Bilbao. Leipzig. That makes me happy we signed Brown. And then January we host Arsenal. That's a tough one. And we host Sporting. All in all, I think we have a better draw than last year. We have a more manageable draw than last year, and I want our results to reflect that. Get in there! Come on! 5th place, automatically through to the round of 16. It's all coming up Millhouse. We finish above last year's champions. We scored goals for fun and only conceded 7. Not quite like Real Madrid, but we are missing the playoffs, which means we don't have the banana peel of Dinamo Kiev. All right, and there's the answer. The 7th of March, we're going to be traveling to the south of Italy. We might honestly charter the yacht from Monaco down to Naples. We're versing Napoli. Can't choke it in the playoffs if you're not involved in them. Straight to the round of 16, first leg away in Naples. Off the yacht, onto the pitch, and a 1-0 victory. It could have been 2, but Lamine Camara cost us last year with the red card, but this year gets us an away goal. Obviously not an away goal because away goals rule doesn't count anymore. I kind of miss those days, but big blow heading into this. Brown has been suspended, so Altara is going to be in the starting 11. We hold a 1-goal lead at home, a rainy day in Monaco. Just draw it. Brown on the bench, that's okay. That's okay because we draw regardless. We missed a penalty. Mika missed a penalty in the first half, but it does not matter. We are heading to the quarterfinals. Oh shit, lads. Just like season number 1, we have got PSG. Oh my god, it's rivalry galore. El Clasico and PSG versus Monaco. Here we go. This will be a good litmus test considering they took us out in season 1. All right, here we go. First leg is in the French capital. Brown is back in the starting 11 after his suspension. Coyote in the squad. I was a little worried that he was going to be suspended after that yellow card. First leg. How are we sitting? On the road, we get a 3-0 win. Oh, that is unreal. That is unreal. Zolos with a brace. Oh my god. We have just beaten PSG 3-0. No silly business. No silly business. No silly business. 3-0 up. No look. How we go. Oh my fucking god. We got pumped. We got absolutely pumped. 4-3 aggregate score. But we are heading to the semifinals. Hopefully, Lamine Camara not suspended. Okay, this is a fun one. We are versing Roma in the semifinals of the Champions League. A real chance to get ourselves to a final. Oh, Kamara's here. Kamara's here. Good, good, good. First leg at home. I'm nervous, lads. I'm nervous. Get the job done against Roma. 1-0. No! No, my eyes, they're burning. Oh my god. Mika gets himself a red card. We get a draw against the Roma. And now we have to head to Rome and finish the job. Oh, man down. Not having Mika Beereth is a monumental pain in the ass. Sharif has the opportunity, though, to become a Monaco club legend, especially if he can fire us into the final. Oh, my God. Here we go on the road. On the road against Roma. Oh, no. No. Oh, I'm going to have to figure out this formation. Okay, we're into the final. But Balogun gets a straight red card. Bro, why? It's one or the other. Beereth's going to be in the final. Balogun will not. But we're going to be versing either Barca or Man City. What a roller coaster. Okay, baby. It's going to be Barcelona versus Monaco in the Champions League final here in season number 4. A look around the grounds. The side that we took out in season 1 in Inter Milan winning the Europa League. I don't know if that's an omen or not. Osasuna stopped Crystal Palace from winning another Euro Conference League. And PSG have stopped us from winning back-to-back League 1 titles comfortably in the Champions League spots. But we lost 2 games all year. 2 losses in the entire season and we don't win the league. Paris FC in the relegation playoff again, whilst Grenoble and Angers go automatically down. PSG really had the wood over us this year. But we did win another Coupe de France, beating Stade Brestois on penalties. Not having Balogun for this final is an absolute nightmare. He's up to an 88 overall, but Mika Beereth, the top goal scorer this year, 30 goals, 35 goal contributions for Christos Zolos. I'm going to go figure out this formation, but I am so excited to use this Monaco team in the Champions League final. Eric Garcia against his former club. Let's take down Barca. I don't want to put the mocker on myself either, but we haven't lost a rebuild final in a hot minute. We've got a bit of a streak like The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Let's see if we can keep it going. Defense all over the shop. Firmin, get the block in. That's a terrible shot. Thank God, straight at Safanov. Feed that on the line. We've done well there. Somehow baited them in. Get that one to Mika. Mika, no real option, but he's going to go under there to Zolos. Zolos is through. Zolos drills it. We double tap it. Past the keeper. Past Jean Garcia. Oh, that is brilliant. We have been getting dominated in this opening half an hour, but it takes one counter attack, and the Greek midfielder Zolos gives us the lead. Got to be smart with possession. We've got space out here. Aliush. I might just rip one. Oh my God! Oh my God! The angle looked too good. The space looked too good. I was just thinking when I had it that Aliush hasn't even touched the ball today. He rips that one past Garcia. Nothing the Spaniard could do. I was more concerned about Araujo getting a block in it. That is an unbelievable finish from the Frenchman. Oh my God. Do not give Barca away back into this one, Thuram. Don't do anything stupid. They get a shot. It's a good save. Clear it. Aliush trying to get the one-on-ones. Good skills. In behind. Aliush. Near post. This dude, that's like his second touch of the game. We're going to win a Champions League title with AS Monaco. The quick passing, the skills, unbelievable. We got absolutely played off the park for the first half an hour. But the following hour, we dominated another Champions League title. This time with AS Monaco. Having an absolute disaster in real life. But the royalty of Monaco in real life has translated to football. Because AS Monaco are officially Kings of Europe. But lads, if you enjoyed this Monaco rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video, click here to subscribe, and click here to check out another video.